Great news this morning, reading in the newspaper that Professor John Funder, outgoing head of Obesity Australia, has become a companion of the Order of Australia for services to medicine. And he is going to join us so that we can congratulate him. But in the body of the particular article by Lawrence Money in The Age, I read the following. There has been a Eureka moment, he says, about a new medication developed recently at the Salk Institute in San Diego. It is taken orally and stimulates the secretion of bile and pancreatic juices so that you feel as though you've just had a meal and are no longer hungry. I didn't read anything about this. Professor, good morning to you and congratulations.
Good morning, and can I be John, please?
Certainly, John. Tell us about the fat pill. I might be a little bit behind in my reading, but what is it and when did it come along?
It's this month, earlier this month, in Nature Medicine, the online version on the 5th of January. And a friend and colleague is the senior author, that is, the last author of a long chain of authors on this thing. And what it is it's called fexaramine. And it really is, I think, a eureka moment. It's the first thing that really looks as though ultimately it might certainly add to, but probably also supplant many forms of bariatric, that is, weight loss surgery. And what it does is you take it, or mice take it so far, orally, and it doesn't get into the bloodstream. It sticks around in the gut. But in the gut, what it does is to, as you read from Lawrence Money's article, cause the secretion of what we normally get ill. And so at the end of, when it's down there, you think, I've just eaten, and in fact, you haven't. So it's really a potential, very good. It'll take 10 years to get onto the market, but it needs to be tested, etc. But it really is a eureka moment in obesity because it's now a disease of more than a quarter of our adult population, and the same thing's true of America and UK and Mexico and New Zealand. It's a lifestyle disease, but it's a very complex disease, and it's got a lot of genetic and epigenetic components. And Obesity Australia says age is set before the child can reach the fridge door.
So this is going to be tested over, you think, the next 10 years. Is it likely that, or do you suspect that there might be some deleterious side effects?
This is the beauty of this drug. I mean, you can't say, no, of course not. If you give an equivalent drug that's absorbed, or were you to give it as an injection, then yes, there are deleterious side effects that the same sort, or if you gave this drug as an injection, that it would have. But because it's confined to the gut, because it doesn't get into the bloodstream around the rest of the body, it really doesn't look as though there are any deleterious effects. It's got a confined area of activity.
And I think, am I right in saying, at least in Australian terms, because this, as far as I can read, that it was reported on January the 5th, in the midst of the madness of holiday season, it's gone largely unreported that what you call a eureka moment, that you you can take a pill and it will make you feel as if you've just eaten.
Well, you will be able to, I hope, and I believe that's entirely probable, yes.